Three, two, one. We are live. Hello and welcome to PropTechBuzz podcast today. I'm thrilled to have with me a special guest today on our channel, and we have a special announcements also to make today. The special guest that we have today is Mrs. Vicky Sampa. As many know her, Lady Vicky. She's a trailblazer in the global real estate and PropTech sectors. She has over 20 years of experience in the US. Lady Vicky has dedicated herself to transforming the African real estate market, leveraging technology to drive change and development. As the founder of Ghana Real Estate Professionals Association and a key player in passing the Ghana Real Estate Agency Council Act 1047, her contributions have been foundational. Her vision materialized with the creation of Exposure MLS, Africa's first multiple listing service, which I'm so excited to talk about, setting the stage for our latest venture, Xchange MLS for Africa. It's a big news, and we are going to delve deeper into this with Mrs. Vicky. This platform aims to revolutionize property transactions across the continent, promoting growth and collaboration. Beyond her business achievements, Lady Vicky has also initiated the Africa Real Estate Conference and Expo, which I'm again very excited because PropTechBuzz is also associated with it as a media and as a community partner. It's a biannual event fostering industry networking, policy discussions, and exploration of trends in sustainability and fintech. The 2024 conference is themed at PropTech, Fintech, and Sustainability, and it invites to witness and contribute to the dawn of a new era in African real estate. So, with that, let's welcome Lady Vicky as she shares her insights and experiences with us. Mrs. Vicky, thank you for being on my podcast again. Please let us know how your day has been so far.
Thank you very much, Ravi, and thank you to all the team at PropTechBuzz. You guys are doing amazingly well, and I'm wishing you all the best, and we are with you everywhere and any day. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I am excited to be here. My day is going very well. As you know, we're planning the Africa Real Estate Conference and Expo mid-year conference in April, from April 3rd to 5th. So you can imagine how busy we are. We have just under 30 days to go. So we are trying to tie all the knots and trying to invite all the people we can get. So as part of this interview, I think we will also like to invite all members under the PropTechBuzz to either attend this conference virtually or physically. We're still looking for exhibitors. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for attendees. I mean, this is going to be great. This is the first one we're doing in Ghana, and I think it's going to be the first biggest one in Africa.
Excellent. And you're wearing your ARCE T-shirt as well.
Exactly. Yes.
Excellent. I think it's all setting up for a big event there, and we are committed to help you as much as possible to spread the word out and to contribute to this ecosystem from our end. All right. So, Mr. Vicky, let us before we get into the meatier stuff, I gave a brief intro about your career. What are the aspects of your career that I did not touch upon that you would like to fill in?
I think you summed it all. You did a good job. It's like you've known me for what the length of my life. So you did a good job. But I'll just add a little bit. My background actually stems from moving to the US. You know, I had a degree in marketing. So when I moved into the US, of course, I was looking for something in marketing to do. And of course, I had an accent. And so a lot of the jobs were not working for me. So somebody introduced me to real estate. And at the time, there were a few clients that, were looking for, and these were my African in diaspora clients that were looking for property to buy. So it was a very easy startup for me. I closed 3 deals in 1 month, and I became one of the top producing agents in the office during that month. So that was exciting and that was very motivating. And so after selling these properties, I started getting referrals. You know, real estate is all based on referrals, right? So I started getting referrals. At that time in my state, there were just two licensed real estate professionals, and it was just me and another older person. And that older person was also in my office. And so he mentored me on, and I was young and vibrant. So, you know, it was exciting. And with my marketing background, it was very easy for me to become one of the top producers. I was
Nice.
lucky to work with one of the big names in real estate in the US. I worked with Coldwell Banker, I worked with Keller Williams, and a little bit with Remax. So
Hmm.
this gave me a very good background, and I was able to, after 3-4 years, I was able to branch onto my own. Now, the
Nice.
reason why I branched onto my own was not because I thought I could do it all, but I realized that I wanted to do more than just selling residential properties. I wanted to be able to manage properties. I wanted to be able to manage facilities. I wanted to be able to do more than just, I wanted to be able to consult with people. I realized that with real estate, the sky was the limit. So I
Hmm.
branched into my own and I managed investors' buildings. I did church properties. I was able to manage communication towers with T-Mobile in the US. So I was just doing almost everything in real estate. So it gave me a very good experience.
Excellent.
Then I started looking at Africa. In 2008, when there was a financial crash in the US, that's when I started looking at Africa. And at that time, Africa was booming. Africa boomed for a little bit and then there was a halt because I think we were not prepared.
Hmm.
So there was a little halt and then we started booming again. And so that's when I temporarily moved to Africa. I set up my office, and at that time, I started looking into real estate associations. I realized that the structures were not there. I realized that regulation was not in place. And that's how I got into real estate. I did take my master's degree in real estate in the US. So I came very prepared with the knowledge and the practical experience. And so that's where the story began. And I've been able to influence legislation, able to put structures together that includes the association, advocacy, and now we're into PropTech.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. That was a fascinating story. Now let's talk about Ghana. Share about the real estate and PropTech ecosystem of Ghana. I mean, lots of people who are from outside of Ghana, outside of Africa, they might not know about it. But tell us a bit about the ecosystem there.
Ghana's prop tech is evolving right now. It's steadily evolving. There are people that are investing into the country, and these are foreigners that have experienced prop tech outside Ghana. So, of course, they are expecting the same experience that they have outside Ghana. We have people all over the world, from Dubai, from Canada, from UK, from South Africa, from Nigeria. Almost everybody is very interested in Ghana right now. And Ghana is actually the hub of Africa. And
Hmm.
so, as small as it is, I mean, people really want to settle in Ghana and, try to do their business in Nigeria or try to do their business in other parts of Africa. So it's been the hub for almost every business. And so the prop tech is really evolving. We have the traditional market that involves the real estate brokers, real estate developers, the appraisers, the architects, who are all trying to use technology to make their business efficient. And for me, I'm all about efficiency and continuous improvement. So, with my experience again from the US and using all these tools such as MLS, virtual staging properties, and then virtual listings, I feel that this market is also ready to receive all these tools. And so I believe that Ghana is going to receive a lot of investment if we're able to be effective and efficient with our real estate.
Excellent. Tell us a bit about GREPA. What how long GREPA has been in existence, and what has been your relationship?
GREPA is 13 plus years old right now. GREPA has been my baby. I'm actually the founder of GREPA, and the full name of GREPA is the Ghana Real Estate Professionals Association. Um, we started very small. Of course, there's no regulation, so people were not really obligated to join a real estate association. It's picking out right now because now we've been able to push legislation. We're one of the stakeholders on that bill, so we're going to really support the government in implementing the bill. Now, GREPA had, when it was started, GREPA had a few initiatives and a few structures that it wanted to put in place. The first one was advocacy. So with real estate, we stand in to advocate for the public, to advocate for our professionals. So one of the things that we do for ourselves and also for consumers is advocacy. What is the right thing to do? What is the wrong thing to do? And how can we move this industry forward? The other thing we wanted to do was networking, to provide a platform for our members to be able to network with each other and also network globally. And we've been able to achieve that. We have a bilateral partnership agreement with the National Association of Realtors in the US. NAR has over 2 million members. So being a bilateral partner to this great organization is such an achievement. We've been able to bring in instructors from NAR to teach some of the licensed courses that they have. And so in Ghana right now, we have people with certifications that is accredited internationally.
Oh,
Education, of course, I delved into education, but education was one of the things that we wanted to do as well. And one of the things that we wanted was international accreditations, which we right now have. Through the relationship with the National Association of Realtors, we also are able to have our MLS syndicate internationally. So prior to our syndication, one of the things that we wanted to do, and I think I skipped that, was technology. And technology, when we talk about technology in real estate, one of the things is MLS. So 6 years ago, we were able to get a vendor to develop an MLS for us. The whole idea is to bring in professional practice and also bring in the right way of collecting data and also selling properties and cooperating with each other as realtors. And so after we did the MLS, we were able to do the syndication because we have the relationship with the National Association of Realtors. So our properties are right now syndicating to realtor.com. And you know,
wow.
realtor.com is an international MLS portal. So if you go to realtor.com/international/GH, you should see all our properties on the international consumer facing portal. Um, then the next thing that we're trying to do right now is the exchange. So the exchange to be a step ahead of the exposure MLS we have right now. The exchange is going to be an African portal. What we're trying to do is we're trying to create an all country, multi country, that's the right word, multi country, multi language MLS for Africa,
Mm,
so that if there's somebody in Nigeria that wants to buy a property in Ghana, there's one portal that they can just go into and look for properties in Ghana. Somebody
mm,
in Ghana looking for property to buy in South Africa should be able to go to one portal and see properties in South Africa. Same
mm.
as the consumers can go to the front facing portal and also see properties all over Africa. This is an initiative after the Africa Free Trade Area. You know, the Africa Free Trade Area agreement, people think that it's just for exports and, you know, goods and services, but little is talked about real estate. So we want to bring this initiative to the table to let people know that we can also do real estate across borders. So that's the whole initiative. And this is a sum of all the things that GREPA has been able to do.
Got it. So in the US, there are around 50 MLSs. Okay, every state has an MLS. Is this so? You could you help us understand the first MLS that you have created in Africa? Will it suffice? Will it is it all encompassing for the entire Africa, or you see this replicating for different countries?
The first one that we created was the exposure, and we're still using the exposure. We're going
Mhm.
to migrate actually to the exchange.
Got it.
I think it was kind of a pilot project that we did.
Got it.
And right now, I'll call it a pilot project because now we're getting into something bigger.
Got it.
But I feel that in Africa, one MLS will suffice. One MLS should be something that we should all, approach. We should all, seek to do because when we try to do things separately, we are not working as a team. I
Mm,
believe in teamwork. I believe in doing things together. So
mm,
the idea of doing one MLS is not because we just want to do one. What we're going to do is we're going to see if we can create an MLS, a loop MLS for Nigeria. We create
mm,
one MLS for Ghana. We
got
create
it.
one MLS for South Africa. We create one MLS for Uganda. Then all these MLSs can come together in the exchange. So we
Got it.
can, the whole idea is to be able to exchange. And that's why we call it exchange. We should be able to exchange the loops. And we're
Got
going to
it.
call them loops. Our
So
MLS in Ghana is called Loop, and the website is Loop Ghana MLS. So if we're able
nice.
to create different loops, all the loops can come together into a central exchange.
Excellent. And are you collaborating with the rest of the Africa? Like what are those conversations like?
In fact, we're going to launch the exchange during the Africa Real Estate Conference and Expo April event. This
Mm,
is when the conversation will start. And I applaud you for also trying to help us market this or sending the word out. We are not doing marketing yet, but we're educating people that this is
yes.
something that we're about to do. This is something that people need to embrace.
Got
And
it.
so it's the conversation is starting with we're trying to do media engagement. We're trying to send education out for people to understand what even an MLS is. A lot of people in Africa don't even understand what an MLS is.
Yeah.
People think an MLS is just a portal. I know people who have created an online real estate portal and they're calling it MLS. So
Mm,
the MLS has more than just an online portal. So we
mm,
need to do education and we need to have people understand what it is. We need to educate people and let them understand the need for us to collect this data for investment purposes, for us to know what the trends are looking like, for us to know when trouble is coming, where the trends are going down or the trends are going up. What can we do to change it quickly? And that's what the US does. As soon as they see the market is going bad, they quickly come in with policies and legislation that quickly picks up the market. So it's a conversation stage. And also, we're also looking for stakeholders and supporters who would come together. We can't do this by ourselves. It's a
mm.
teamwork. We need PropTechBuzz. We need RESO. We need so many other organizations to come together for this to become a reality.
Yeah, talking about Riso, I'm just after this conversation, I'm gonna be talking to the CEO of Riso, and looking forward to that as well. And we are also gonna promote.
Perfect.
Yes. So we are just after this conversation, we are gonna talk to him, and and we are gonna also do the media outreach. We have not yet done a press coverage for the MLS that you are about to create. So after this podcast, we are gonna do that as well. Let's now talk about the ARCE, the
That
big,
sounds great.
the big conference that everybody is talking about in Africa. So why don't you share a bit about that?
Right. Well, as the name sounds, Africa Real Estate Conference and Expo. The whole idea behind the name Africa Real Estate Conference and Expo was to create an African real estate conference. Um, for Africa. No, it was just not for Ghana. It just happens that Ghana has been the host country for the last 4 years. But hey, Nigeria, we're coming to you. Hey, South Africa, ARC is coming to you. So the idea is to move from country to country, hosting conferences and inviting the international, the global market to come together so that we can all talk about real estate. Real estate is one thing that is not different from one country to another. It is seamless. Real estate should be the same in Ghana as in the US, should be in the same as in India, as in China. It should be the same. It has to be seamless. The reason being that people travel. If you go to the airport these days, even the smallest airports, people are just traveling from place to place. When you're doing transit, you see people going here, going there, people going to so many different countries. And everybody that travels looks for real estate. They're either looking for 1 week to stay, 1 month to stay, 6 months to do some business or work. Some people have been, transferred to another country, and they expect the same kind of real estate practice and the same kind of treatment. So PropTech is a global, I'm sorry, not PropTech, sorry. ARCE is a global conference. And so we expect that we move from country to country within Africa. And whilst we're doing that, we're also inviting the global audience and global resources and global expertise to come and join us in the conversation. We started 4 years ago. It was prior to the pandemic. That year was a tough one for us. We had the first conference was in October of 2021, and the theme was collaboration. We realized that real estate is supposed to be a collaborative venture. But in Africa, we don't collaborate. It's people are doing business on their own. People have properties and they don't share. They don't cooperate. But I look at the Western market, and collaboration has been the key to their success. So the theme for our conference in 2021 was on collaboration. And it was amazing. It was well received, and we received a lot of good feedback after the conference. We had developers coming in, we had property agents coming in, surveyors coming in, the government was in, and we realized that the theme was something that was due. It was well overdue. We had discussions on how we can work together, how agents can work with developers, how the government can do public-private partnership, all to just make this market the best one. So that was 2021. Then we did 2022. 2022 was actually right after the pandemic. And so everybody was talking about sustainability. How are we going to sustain this market? What are we going to do for the future? Because the pandemic actually changed a lot of things in this world. And so we just picked that theme based on what was going on. And so we started talking about sustainability in real estate. Then in 2023, we still wanted to maintain sustainability, but we wanted, to concentrate more on real estate. And so that's where we came in with PropTech. So 2023, we did PropTech and sustainability. Now 2024, and in April, we're looking at a more practical approach to PropTech. This time, we want to see more exhibitors coming in to show the tools, coming into the startups coming in to pitch their innovation. There's a lot going on in Nigeria. There's a lot going on in South Africa. Egypt is way ahead. We were looking for more people to come in so that Africa, the emerging markets, will be on top of this world. So that's what we're trying to do this year.
Excellent. And we are here supporting you all through the way, and just revealing to the world that we just launched ARCE private community. By the way, it is private, but it is public. That means we have just tried. Yeah, we have not tried to lock this up. In fact, if you see here, we have ensured that anybody who comes to PropTechBuzz on the homepage, under the discussion board, we have ARCE right at the top. And Mrs. Vicky wanted this community to be open, so we did not lock it. We did not make it private. Anybody can join in, can pose questions here, engage with the community, and take it forward. So this is just wanted to let you all know, if you want to come know more about ARCE and want to engage with the members there, please come to proptechbuzz.com, go to discussion board and go to ARCE. And if you see, the conversations have already begun about this community. So Mrs. Vicky, any thoughts on this one? How do you feel about the first?
It looks great.
Thank you.
It looks perfect, and I already see some numbers over there, which is great for analytics too.
Yeah.
So I encourage all our PropTechBuzz members to join in the conversation. This is not just for Ghana, as I said. This is for the entire Africa, and is also a global initiative. So please join the conversation, and let's make this a great one. It looks perfect. Let's just add the theme to it so people at a glance can see what the theme is about. But this is
Excellent.
excellent. Thank you so much, PropTechBuzz.
Thank you. So, Mrs. Vicky, I have a few more questions here before we can wrap. Um, can you share some of the product innovations that you are looking at that is being showcased at the conference? How many participants have signed up? What's the energy looking like? What's the mood of the conference?
The energy is looking great. As you know, Africans, we're all last minute. So the trend is that, every time we have conferences, they are quiet and quiet and quiet. And then the last 30 days, the last month, people start calling and registering. But so right now we're seeing a lot of phone calls coming in. We're seeing a lot of people calling, wanting to register. Some people want to know what they can do to support us. So it's been great. This month is going to be very, very busy. If anybody is looking to register or to exhibit, please call us quickly so that we can save you a slot. We're looking at people bringing in tools like property management tools, virtual tours. As I mentioned earlier, RISO is coming in to do a presentation and also to speak. And we're
Ah,
very excited about that. Yes. The National Association of Realtors is also coming with a team.
oh, wow, nice.
They're very interested in our PropTech event. That will be excellent. We have the government also playing an important role. The government is very, very interested in this event because this present government has a lot of initiatives for the digital age. So they have actually done all the digital address system. They are doing the property registrations. So we've been receiving calls on, how they can work with us to bring all this together. And the solution definitely is the MLS. MLS, involves bringing all these addresses and property taxes and locations and everything into one portal. So we're having a very good conversation with the government in their digital initiatives. We've had people from South Africa that are interested, have registered to attend. Nigeria registered and interested in attending, speaking, and exhibiting. The US, we have leading real estate companies of the world coming in as well. This is the fourth time they are always with us. So they're excited. And leading real estate companies of the world is coming to Ghana. Actually, Ghana is the second country in Africa to have properties on the leading real estate companies of the world, properties on their portal. So they are very,
Nice.
very interested in our market. And they're coming in also to leap to other countries as well. So hopefully we'll see leading real estate companies of the world in other countries. And then we have other young professionals and innovators who have very good ideas, fintech, fintech tools and fintech innovations that are also attending the event. But it's looking very, very good, and I'm excited about it.
Excellent, Mrs. Vicky. We are as excited as you. And as I said, we are extending all our help and support to make this a global success. And all the best for you, Mrs. Vicky. We'll
Thank
be
you
in this
so much.
journey all throughout.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Vicky. See you around.
All right. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and all the best to you too.